For anybody in the audience who's got a birthday today, happy birthday to you!
Marjorie has to be my most favorite aunt.
I mean, you're my favorite aunt. Don't tell the other ones.
Happy birthday, Mumsy Poo. Mwah. Love your favorite daughter.
Happy birthday, Mom. It's your second favorite child, Karina. Wishing you a happy 70th birthday.
I can't believe that you are 70 because that means that I'm very old too.
Happy birthday, Mom. I can't wait till I can actually see you in person instead of just video calls.
Who's the best mommy?
Marjorie.
You remember what you used to call her growing up? Yeah. Squeezes for mommy. Squeezes. Squeeze. Kisses.
Hey Marge, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Marge.
Happy birthday, Marge.
Happy birthday, Marge.
Margie, happy birthday from your brother John.
Hi, Aunt Marjorie. Hope you're having a wonderful birthday.
Hi, Aunt Marjorie. Happy 70th birthday. We love you so much.
Hi. As spokesperson for the Gibbons family, Marge, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday.
Hello, Marjorie, from your favorite godson, Mark, your brother. I love you, and everybody from Albany. We're all here, and we all want to say happy birthday!
Hey Marge, I hope you're having a wonderful birthday.
Hi, Grandma. Happy birthday. I hope this is a good day.
Happy birthday, Aunt Marjorie. 70 years to my wonderful godmother.
Happy birthday.
Hey Marjorie, happy birthday. Sorry we weren't able to make it to New York this year. There was a global pandemic.
Happy birthday, Aunt Marjorie. We love you.
We love you, yes, to many more.
I wish you all the best, and I hope you have a wonderful, happy birthday. I love you so much. I miss you so much, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Happy birthday!
Marjorie, happy 70th birthday, girl.
Hi, happy birthday, Aunt Marjorie.
Happy birthday.
We hope that you have a wonderful birthday and a wonderful year ahead.
Happy 70th birthday, Marjorie, and here's to many more. Cheers!
Cheers. Happy birthday, Marjorie.
Nostrovia.
That's tough vodka.
Happy birthday, Marjorie. I wanted to take a minute and tell you happy birthday and let you know how important you were in forming who I am. I always looked at you as a mother, a second mother to my own. Love you very much, Marjorie. You taught me a lot, and you gave me the liberal background that I needed. I appreciate you. I love you, and I'll always be there for you if you ever need anything. From your annoying neighbor son, Philip. Love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hi, Marjorie. Your favorite niece, Michelle, here. Don't let anybody else tell you that they're your favorite because I know that I'm your favorite.
Bring, bring. Hello, is Marjorie there?
Jamie, don't you know how to properly call somebody on the phone? That's because you didn't get educated by Marjorie Ryan. You say, Marjorie taught me. Hello, this is Madeline. Is Marjorie there? Thank you, Marjorie.
Okay, let me try. Hi, this is Jamie. Hi, this is Jamie. Is Marjorie there?
You have been a wonderful godmother to me. In this crazy sea of O'Callaghan's, you've always made me feel very, very special to be your goddaughter. So thank you.
Hi, Marjorie. We just wanted to say thank you for making our wedding day so beautiful, surprising us with the reception hall with all the ivy and the beautiful flowers. It was wonderful. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey, your kids asked us to share a favorite memory of you. All of my memories of you are my favorites. You know, in our lifetime, we've smiled, laughed, and cried. Sometimes together, sometimes because of each other.
Thank you so much for not killing us when we roller skated through your house, taking me to see Aladdin, and of course, all those wonderful memories seeing you play in the Finley Playhouse.
So when I was a little boy, we went out to Marjorie's house, and it was a great experience going all the way out there. And it was Halloween, and Aunt Marjorie had this awesome Halloween party for all the kids in the neighborhood and her kids. Did a great Halloween thing. We all sat around in a circle passing around different things like eyeballs and brains and guts and stuff like that. And she took all the time to prep everything and have this big party, and it was very memorable. It was just a really good time.
One memory that I have of you is giving me advice as to how to deal with this gentleman over here, and then you saying to me, and you I don't feel sorry for. So I guess that summed up your sentiment about the impending nuptials at the time of
One of my favorite memories of you is the day that you accidentally cooked the turkey upside down right after I accidentally cooked the turkey upside down. And then you chased me around the table. I'll talk to you soon.
When I think about you, I think about what a strong woman you are, and throughout my entire childhood of how unique and unafraid you are to be yourself. You have very strong personality and you embrace it. You have a strong sense of justice and a strong sense of belonging to yourself and belonging to your family. And part of that has made me the person I am today. And I wanted to say that I appreciate you and I appreciate your strength. So I hope you have a very happy birthday, and I love you very much.
I was young and I was in trouble, and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and you were like furious about me for something. I think you were pissed that my room was a mess or something. You were going through, God damn it, Shay, da-da-da-da, throwing things in the corner, throwing things in boxes. And I was like, okay. You know, all I'd have to do is open up my back room window in my back room, go out the window, and then I could jump over to the garage roof. And from the garage roof, you go to the other side of the garage roof, and the fence came up about halfway down. So you could just kind of like lower yourself off the garage roof onto the fence. And then I could go and do whatever I wanted while you guys were asleep. So that night, Michael had come over, and he saw my light on. He didn't hear you, and he didn't see you, so he starts throwing rocks at my window to try to get my attention so I could come out and play. And you're like cursing, and then you're like, you hear the rocks, and your head whips around, and you go over to the window, and you open the window up, and you stick your head out, and you yell, Michael Veit, is that you? And Mike is down there. He's a kid. He's like, hello, Ms. Ryan. And you're like, Shay cannot come out right now. You go home. That was funny. That was really funny. I didn't find it funny at the time, but that was really funny.
Mom, I just want to tell you how much I love and appreciate you for your big and generous heart. Your love is really expansive, and you learned well from your parents how to turn strangers into friends and friends into family. And I've felt that love from that amazing community that you've built for my entire life, and it's just extremely special, and I really thank you for that.
I have so many amazing, wonderful memories. I'm gonna go back though to about 1983 when I first met you. You were coming across the yard with Karina in your arms, and Tim was carrying a bucket. I was in the pool with some friends, and you had introduced yourself as the new neighbor and asked if you could get some water. I went to get the hose, and Tim said, no, pool water's fine, I just needed to flush the toilets. So I thought, okay. When you guys left, I looked at my friends and said, this could be interesting. Those are my new next door neighbors.
I just wanted to say two things that you have done or influenced me. First, I would say the reason I'm such an excellent driver in large urban areas is I've taken a lot of your skills, especially parallel parking, and implemented them into my daily commute, which has been fantastic. Only one accident.
Oh yeah, I have a funny story about that. You know when Grandma acted and she was like, well, no, when she was an actor, she did this, what was it, Annie? Yeah, Annie. She did the Annie thing, and I was like, wait, she's Miss Hannigan in the movie? I thought that for so long until I took a look at the paper. I thought that she was that Miss Hannigan from the actual movie, and I was like, I would have bragged this off to my friends. And now I can never go back. After that, I have to stick with my word that my grandma is Miss Hannigan. And everybody believes me.
I spent a lot of time in the car with Marjorie. When I first started dating Shay, she was willing to drive me to New York whenever I wanted. I remember some really deep conversations on one particular trip to New York when we were headed out for St. Patrick's Day. And she was, we were talking about whether I should transfer to New York or not. And my biggest recollection is she should just like follow your gut, do what you think is the right thing to do. You want to be with Shay, you should go be with Shay.
My godmother, my favorite sister, to the other three, you've always been such a positive person in my life. Almost really my second mother. All the Halloween costumes you made for me, everything you've always done for me, and you are really so special, and I love you. Happy birthday. I can't believe you're 70. You old lady, I guess I'm catching up to you. Love you. Bye. Mwah.
My favorite Marjorie memory is going to New York, right? Fresh out of high school, little Nebraska girl, hadn't seen anything. You know what happened. But anyway, that seriously was one of the funnest trips I've ever had. You guys have always been great hosts, always go above and beyond. Every time we go out there, I can't wait to see you again, and I hope that you have the best birthday yet. See ya.
My probably favorite story about you is, while you love me so much, you're also very frank about what advice you want to give. And I remember when I brought John around to the family for the first time, you just yelled at me, what are you doing with an Italian? I think you still say that to him, but I think, you've grown to love him just as much as I have. So, love you, Aunt Marjorie. You are such a good, you have such a good heart. And we love you so much. Happy birthday.
The story that comes to mind about you, in my mind, is how much of an influence you had on me in the areas of music and the arts. You turned me on to the Beatles and Beatlemania. That opened up everything. You brought me to my first Broadway plays, Jesus Christ Superstar, 1776. Geez, half of our family know the music to 76 word for word because of you. You have an enthusiasm for sharing your love of music, and for that I am grateful.
Oftentimes whenever she'd pick me up from school, a lot in middle school, I would always tell her about everything that was happening, all the drama and whatnot. I never told my parents, and there were some things I think I told her but never told my parents, but so I would tell her a lot about my life, and we would always talk about it.
I will never forget when my friend Kiri and I came out when we were 17 to New York, and you dropped us off at the Staten Island Ferry and just told us that Shannon would be on the other side and we'd figure it out. Just two small town girls from Nebraska. We had the best time. You've always been so welcoming and so joyous to be around, and just always having a good time. So I hope you have a great birthday. Miss you, love you, see you soon, hopefully. Bye.
Starting with Gloria, she remembers going over to your house on weekends and you ordering your brothers and sisters to clean the house, much against their will. She'd come home and tell us what a taskmaster you were.
So, memories. Well, I'll never forget the day you and Tim announced your engagement to my mom and dad. That day's burnt in my memory forever. But when I think of my favorite memories, I just think of everything that you have so generously done for me and for so many others.
So my memory is, Aunt Marjorie, you were my confirmation sponsor, and you were so good. You were rock solid. You were there. And on my confirmation day, you gave me a cross necklace, and I still have it. It was a great memory. And I appreciate you stepping up and being there for me.
Dad nodded. I think he rolled his eyes, but he nodded, and he said, there are a lot of jobs in film and theater, and it's a good thing to go into. And I said, yeah, but I want to act. And then he rolled his eyes harder, but you guys said, okay. We went to a couple places, and they were like really nice places, and they sold us on coming there. But you came with me to the New Actors Workshop, and there were people cursing in the hallways, and I won't say it on camera, but we went in and I did the interview, and then you did part of the interview too, because I was young, and they wanted to talk to you because I was so young. And we left, and we sat down to talk about it, and you said, well, what are you interested in? And I said, I kind of hate to say this, but I think I'm interested in the New Actors Workshop. And you said, yeah, it was pretty raw, wasn't it? And I said, yeah, and I don't know if that's where I should go, but I feel like that's where I need to go. And you were like, yeah, I think so.
My favorite story is Marjorie took me to my first Broadway play. It was 1776, and I think the year was 1776 she took me. It was a long time ago.
My favorite story of Marjorie is my beautiful girl was born on July 11th, 7/11, and she always called her Slurpee. And Kayla, being the cutie that she was, would call her Aunt Slurpee, and Marge loved that.
Happy birthday, Aunt Slurpee. We love you.
Love you.
Down in Florida visiting my mom, and I had to get back in time for Christmas Eve to my kids. And I had a friend that dropped me off at the airport, and he drove me down to Philadelphia. We spent the night in Philly, so it was pretty fun. And dropped me off for like a real red-eye flight, and went to West Palm Beach. On the way back, I called him, and he said, oh yeah, no problem, I'll come pick you up. Excellent, I'm thinking. So I fly back, and I'm landed, and I'm giving him a call, and I said, Rob, where are you? What's going on, man? Oh, I'm here, I'm looking for you. Oh, okay, all right. Rob was in Philadelphia, and I was in Newark. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, who else do you call but Aunt Marjorie? So Aunt Marge on Christmas Eve came out and picked me up, and brought me all the way out the opposite direction to Bridgewater, and then drove home. God knows what time she got home, but just an amazing, selfless person who's always there for everybody, and just, we're there for you now, Marge, and if you need anything, you give me a call. Well, my number is 555-1212.
When I was in middle school, Marge invited me to come along on a road trip that changed my life. She was going to take me to New York City. I met the Ryan family through the Findlay community theater scene, so this kind of offer to go to the Big Apple in a giant green conversion van with endless cans of Diet Coke and sunflower seeds was like finding Wonka's golden ticket. I would think I'm not the only one who has been introduced to New York by Marge. She loves her city, the same way she loves her family, her friends, her community, and goodness knows I have received so much love from her for what feels like my entire life. After driving the entire 570 miles from Findlay, probably listening to Billy Joel or Marge's latest lines on tape, we finally saw signs pointing us to the Verrazano. I had assumed we would be heading straight to the family house on St. Paul's and would take on the big city in the morning. But that's not how Marjorie does things. She knew that this was my first trip to New York, and she wanted to make a memory. It was maybe 10 p.m. as we crossed into Manhattan, the most amazing city I had ever seen. She rolled all the windows down and pointed things out, yelling trivia and celebrating all of the lights as we went through Midtown. I remember being nervous when she double parked on 5th Avenue so that Shannon and I could jump out and buy a pretzel. Marjorie introduced me to a city I eventually moved to, a city I will forever love. She generously made sure I started out with safe spaces to stay, a place to go for any holiday, and a promise I would never go hungry or feel alone for all the years I lived there. And this is just one story of so many I could tell about how Marge has a magical way of making you feel special, like family. Happy birthday, Marjorie. You have the most wonderful heart, and I love you.
Personally, one of the, if
fond memories I have spending with you is one time I drove you to the airport, and it was just you and me, and the two of us, we drove and we had a great chat together, and we never really had a whole lot of one-on-one time, you and I, so that was something I'm always going to treasure and remember. I think we had a great conversation. And then the last thing that I will always remember is that the most important thing to do anytime you show up to an O'Callahan party, make sure you say hello to Aunt Marjorie first. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so we would like to say that we hope you're doing well on your 70th. We hope that everything is going well. We hope we get to see you soon and that you're staying healthy. And the final thing, I guess we should cap it off with Happy birthday!
We just want to say how much we love always coming over to your house when we were growing up. I love your lemon chicken, and your pepperoni rolls are to die for, and we just always love coming over and hanging out anytime we could.
You knew how to throw a good party, even in high school with the boys invited.
Don't tell my mom, please.
You always had your house decked out for the best holiday decorations, whether it was Halloween or Christmas. It was always festive and warm and loving at the Ryan household.
Your level of hospitality is some of the highest I've ever experienced, and even with some of the great restaurateurs of the world. And just how you always open your home up and allowed really anyone, any walk of life to stay with you. And that's a level of kind of openness and hospitality that's not even seen in the industry. So I wanted to say thank you for everything that you've done for me, and giving me some inspirations to be a better host and a better city driver.
Yeah. So when we first bought the house here on St. Paul's Avenue, Marjorie and I were two thieves. We're thick as thieves. I think Deshae's, I'm not sure if he liked it or not, but we went and shopped everywhere. So when we needed something and we couldn't find it, we would drive to Lowe's in Jersey. We went everywhere looking for things and buying things, tile, designing, working on the house together. It was a lot of great fun. She has the energy. I always amazed at how much energy she brought to the project and making it a reality, and her working with all the different contractors, and how I remember very clearly when Alan first started, it was like this whole group dinner at the end. We were cooking, I think it was like spaghetti for Alan and Alberto, and so we were cooking spaghetti for Alan and Alberto and the whole family in the basement at the end of the day of a whole bunch of gutting of the house, and she was there, making it all happen, and it was fun to watch. And I certainly have I can say that I was kind of not much of a hostess because I hadn't really seen that, but I've learned a lot from Marjorie on how to be a hostess, and I'm forever grateful for all that she's taught me.
My favorite memory of you is probably when you came down to visit us in Texas. It was a lot of fun. I just enjoyed it in general. I hope you have a very happy birthday.
I remember that time on 2019's Halloween. It was a 20, no, it wasn't 2020. But, where we shared candy, it was pretty fun. So, happy birthday.
I remember one time when I was very young, I went up to Grandma and hugged her, and she asked me, "Do you drink?" And I thought, yeah, of course, everybody drinks water. Everybody laughed.
Valerie's memory is 4 o'clock in the morning, sitting on stacks of newspapers in your car, helping you with your paper route. My memory, this is Vicky, is 8th grade. For my graduation, you took me to see 1776 in my little hot pants dress. And that night and up till now, I've been in love with musical theater, and I think about you and thank you very, very much for that, all the time actually. I also remember, Marge, how strong you were during Timmy's illness, and so and Kenny wants to wish you as a fellow Virgo, a very happy birthday. Okay, so Marge, enjoy your 70th. I hear 70 is the new 50. So, rock on.
You know, I'm living in Virginia Beach now because of you. Remember, I didn't even want to come down here. I just said, hey, it's only 2 days. We'll go down, we'll paint Ed's condo, you can sit on the beach. Well, that was 12 years ago, and I'm still in Virginia Beach. Hey, but my time in Virginia has been some of the most joyous of my life, and it's because of you, Marjorie. You took the time and effort to see what maybe would make my life better, and you made it happen. And I will always love you for that, and I owe you so much.
But you were always there helping people. You were always there supporting. And one of the things that I think I bonded with you the most over the years is our mutual experiences together in theater. And it really, you know, from a very young age, when I watched you do things over at the Fort Finley Playhouse and how you were involved in creating these stories and this illusion on stage with, you know, with the pig with the squirting eyeball attached to the, I mean, it was just amazing. It was something I wanted to be a part of. And we worked in productions together a lot, which is something that I'll always cherish. But we only really acted together one time. I mean, I was on stage with you before. We did things on stage together, but the one show that we did together, the one scene that we did together, we only did it one night too. And it's really, I mean, it was a really special thing. It was Daddy's Dying who's got the will, and I was not cast. So I did backstage work. And you were fantastic in Mama. Every single night, you had them like roaring in the aisles. It was such a wonderful, wonderful role for you. It really did well. And then they took, Jim Toth directed, they were taking the show to OCTA, Ohio Community Theater. And they were gonna show the show, and your scene had been selected, you and your son in the play. Your scene was selected to go to OCTA. Now, the guy who played your son had just started college. He wasn't available, so I got to step into the role. And it was great. I learned my lines really, really quickly. You know, we got ready. We did it that one performance. We walked out on stage together. We were in a car that had broken down. And, you know, I think you had the first line. It was always very funny. It's something like, well, there you go again, or something like that. Always everybody laughed. And then you said your first line, people laughed, and then I said my line, and you know, there was a huge response. And talking about it later, you've always said that you were thinking about it and you were like, oh my God, they are supporting him, which is great. They are supporting, the audience members are supporting the son over the mother because they're probably thinking about their own mothers. And you said, I've got to change the way I play the scene because I'm not the star of the scene, he is. And you changed the way you played the scene, and I played it, you know, the way I would have played it. And the entire audience, through the entire thing, they were just dying of laughter because of the chemistry that we had on stage that one day. And that was just such a beautiful thing. I just loved it. And of course, I've used you in films. You were the nosy neighbor, right? Which is probably my favorite time directing you. That was such a fun event. We had Dan McCarthy, who was not a McCarthy clan Dan McCarthy, a different McCarthy clan. He helped out on filming with lights and so on, and you know, I shot it, and you were just brilliant in it, and it was just such a fun little thing. And you know, it's always been special.
Marjorie, I'm always going to remember the time I lived in Staten Island in college with you and Karina, and the endless rides to the Staten Island Ferry, partying with the latest pop music. You were always willing to pick us up, no matter how early or how late, and rush us to catch the ferry.
And coming in 8th grade with Ellen Gregory to explore New York and, you know, all the what were they? Army boys? Navy boys? Thanks much.
Sailor boys.
Yeah.
And my other memory is when you met Anjay, because you were awesome about welcoming him to the family. And, you know, I think that, I don't know if you really liked him or if it was just because you guys have your birthdays together.
September rocks.
But you were always good, and he always thought you were like the funniest one in the family. So have a wonderful birthday and a wonderful year ahead.
100 lat, 100 lat, niech żyje, żyje nam. 100 lat, 100 lat, niech żyje, żyje nam. Jeszcze raz, niech żyje, żyje nam. Niech żyje nam. Happy birthday!
Well, the day that I met you, Tom introduced me. I said, Marjorie, this is my girlfriend. And you said, what? Oh no, Marjorie, this is my friend. So that's the way I met Marjorie.
That's right.
But we love you.
That's right,
we love
Marjorie.
You, we love you.
Because no woman is good enough for your no woman is good enough for your brother Tom, right? You tell him, Marjorie. All right, you have a great night, and we'll see you on the big day. Bye-bye.
When we were growing up, you did so much to wrangle all of your kids and to take care of Dad and to be this really big part of your community. And I never really understood how much effort that took. But it was when you were manager for the 2010 census and the dining room of 203 St. Paul's became the headquarters for that area, and you were coordinating counters, that I really saw that you, or recognized that you are a project management genius, and appreciated your skill set in a whole new light. And I'm just continually inspired by you and how great you are. So I'm wishing you all the best this birthday. I love you so much.
You were there growing up through my teenage years. I was so very grateful and blessed that I was able to live next door to you and your family, and then turn around and get married and stay in the same home that I grew up in, and to raise my 3 children. And you were there through it all. And I very much appreciate you. You have just really taught me so much in life, and the long talks that we used to have and the advice that you used to give me, never holding back usually. You just were always there, and I very much appreciated it. I am very grateful, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you have a wonderful, happy birthday. I love you so much. I miss you so much, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Marge, you're really special. You've done so much for so many people. You've had a profound effect on me too. So thanks for all you do. Thanks for all you're gonna do, and happy 70th birthday.
Wow, happy 70th birthday. Glad to know you. Hope you have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.
Lori and myself are having long conversations about the many memories we had with you. Way too many. But one of the nice things was, just like Mickey and Sue raised their children at the same time period, we raised our children at the same time period. So I remember a lot of fun things we did with the kids together, and how you come into New York every year and make Christmas really special. Miss Christmas herself. So for those thoughts and those times, I thank you. Have a happy birthday, and I hope to see you soon. Love from John and Lori.
Okay, a story of Mom that illustrates who she is. I was in high school, junior year of high school, and somebody, for some reason, I don't know how it happened, asked me to read a speech for Memorial Day. One of, I don't know, it was like a Gettysburg, they were doing a Gettysburg Address thing, but I wasn't reading the Gettysburg Address. I was reading the address of a general who spoke before Abraham Lincoln. I don't remember. And I couldn't drive. I didn't have my driver's license, so Mom had to drive me over early morning. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it lasted all of 20 minutes. So that we were driving back early morning and going the back roads of Ohio on the way back from Fostoria to Findlay. and come across a car that's broken down and a family sitting there, and mom stops and says, "Do you need help? Can I help you? Do you need a phone?" And they said, no, we called. They walked up to the farmhouse across the way and they called, and so they're just waiting for the truck to come and collect them. But so okay. So we go on our way and drive into Findlay, and instead of taking the road home, mom pulls into the McDonald's. At this point in our life, we didn't eat at McDonald's very often. Cullen was a Burger King kid, so we had Burger King. But she goes through, gets a whole bunch of Happy Meals and sandwiches and drinks, and then drives back out to the family that's stranded in the middle of no place, Ohio, and gives them the food and says, "Happy Memorial Day, since you can't be at your barbecue." And the husband and wife tried to pay her money, and they kept fighting over it. And then as mom got in the car and her window was rolled down a little bit, the man threw the money into the window, and mom, I think as she was cursing at him, took the money and threw it back out the window and said, "Happy Memorial Day." And I think she said, like, "Fuck off" or something, because she's a little crazy. Very kind, very crazy. And I think that's quintessential mom.
Well,
You told me a story about the day you met Marjorie.
Well, the day that I met you, Tom introduced me. I said, "Marjorie, this is my girlfriend." And you said, "What?" "Oh no, Marjorie, this is my friend." So that's the way I met Marjorie.
That's right.
But we love you.
That's right,
we love
Marjorie.
You, we love you.
Because no woman is good enough for you. No woman is good enough for your brother Tom, right? You tell him, Marjorie.
Marge, I will always appreciate how you, the Ryan family, was the first family that met the D clan as a big family moving to small town Ohio, another small town. I think my mom really appreciated having another family with a ton of kids, and being a doctor's wife, she appreciated the solidarity that you and Tim hosted and gave us. We always had a good party at your house, and you let me hang out there and spend a lot of nights causing trouble. And Marjorie, you were always personally there as a kind of a second mom for me when we had trouble, growing up. So it was your house was always a refuge for us, for me, and I really appreciate that. With you and Karina and the whole Ryan household, the swirlies from Shay and Bevan, and the wet eyeglasses. But Marjorie, you really took a lot of people in, and everybody loved that. Whether it was high school or in Staten Island, you were really there for us, and you got us through hard times. So we love you, and we want you to know that we are here for you, and we
will always love you.
Yes.
Which is why we have a beautiful rendition of this song to sing for you, which Madeline will start right now.
Bittersweet memories, that is all I'm taking with me.